There's a difference between good and bad in a moral sense and good and bad in a functional sense, because what functionally leads to success. In the crop idea, there's no harm being done to a crop. You're either more successful or you're less successful with two different versions of farming. So there's no morality involved.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's an objective truth. The objective truth is you got to give it water, it has to have sunlight. There are certain elements in which if you don't have, you're not going to be a very successful farmer.
That's interesting. Whenever we can compare two behaviors, in this case, more functionally successful than the other, that's evolution in a way. That's part of how evolution works. So it's an analog to morality, but do we want to call that objective? Well, pseudo-analogy. It doesn't quite fit, but it's an interesting point.
Well, it would fit under the fact of objectiveness that it's an absolute.
Yeah, perhaps. But see, in morality, there is a value, the abstract concept of value, right? That there's no abstract in growing crops. It is functionally successful or less successful. Morality is something that includes the abstract of value, or valuable, or right and wrong. It's like the difference between right and wrong and correct and incorrect, or successful and unsuccessful. Those are different types of things. One has an abstract concept within it and one doesn't. So
the way we grow food wouldn't be a moral issue unless it was to the point where we were making our crops much smaller so we would starve.
Similarly, these days we are starting in the United States to have a moral debate about whether or not food should be a right. Should we supply school lunches to kids and stuff as a right, for example? We're starting to get the question, should medical care be a right? And we're going to start to see the debate around, should housing be a right?